Hi, dearest one. Come hang out. I pulled these binoculars actually. Hello, I can see you super, super close. I always do the Middle Eastern accent. Oh my gosh. But like, I feel like it's so symbolic that this kind of brought my attention on the shelf because we're going to talk about your higher self. I woke up with this clear channel. I was like eating breakfast and it came like mid like bite and I was like, "Oh my god, I need to like write this down on my journal right now." Like it was kind of funny. I like needed to stop everything, and as I integrated the message on pen and paper first, and then, finished my breakfast and made maybe my third cup. Guilty? Does anyone else drink like 3 cups of coffee sometimes? I don't usually, but today is one of those days, and I feel like it's because I'm making my coffee on one of those like Keurigs, I think you say it. So it's not like a real coffee, it's just like brown water. Who feels me in the house? Oh my god. Because usually I drink like, oh, sirens. Can you hear that? Sirens. Usually I drink like a pour over or a French press. And if you are a lover of slow, just slow coffee making, you know that 1 cup of that is all you really need. So I feel like until I get my like caffeine, just like fix of like yum, then I keep going. But anyways, that's the random coffee update. But I feel like I usually ramble in the beginning because if this message is truly for you, you're gonna stay with me even with the rambles. Ramble shamble. I have a feeling that someone might have Albert Einstein as a sign. So if so, you're welcome. You have found the sign. And if so, you better comment down below because I want to know. I love his energy. Like his energy is just, it's visionary. It's trusting the journey, not giving a shiznits about time, which is ironic, right? But it's like just letting the present moment hold you in its, what's the word? Like in the wholeness, but like even in the duality of the moment, right? Because we might be facing actually a lot of challenges and it's uncomfortable and there's a lot of problems. But it's like when the problem is created, the solution is created both at the same time. And it's our willingness to see beyond the veil, to have the bravery to listen inwardly, and to realize that time is an illusion. Time is non-linear. So when you can understand the simultaneous nature of a problem being created and the solution both at the same time, all you got to do is have the audacity to turn down the noise and remember the answer. Whoo-hoo, baby! Damn, snaps of that. Sheesh, baby. Oh my God. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting hot and heavy right in the first 4 minutes. So let's burn some Palo Santo. If you haven't already, get cozy, get comfortable. I'm Mystic Maya, for those of you who don't know me yet, and I truly believe it's absolutely no accident that this video activation, your new cosmic BFF, found you, because life is energy. Speaking of freaking Einstein, like he talked about frequency. Frequency never lies. Frequency is the all, baby. So trust that your angels, your guides, your ascended masters, your teachers, your loved ones of the highest light and compassion brought you here for a divine message. But, there's always a but, right? Who doesn't like the but? Oh my gosh. But for real, I love being punny, okay? Around here, we heal and we laugh equally. But yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. But what was the point? Like, for real? What was I saying? Ah, brain fart. I'm talking about frequency. I remember that. Oh, so just trust that if this message found you, there is a reason, but you need to use your discernment, my love, okay? Because yes, I'm taking responsibility to be a sacred mirror. I feel a message and I'm recording it for you, but you know your truth. You know what you need. You know what you don't need. I am teacher and student. You are teacher and student. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no hierarchy. So it's very important for me that you know that no matter what I say here today in our time together, 555, as I said this, you know the answers. We're just chit-chatting with coffee, like BFFs do, right? We're allowing inspiration to come through. We're allowing divine wisdom from the 5D and beyond to come through. We're bringing it into the physical reality. And then it's about, pulling in what you need to remember your truth. Because that's what I do. I'm Mystic Maya. And I hold space for you to remember your soul wisdom. And we're going to have fun, okay? That's my promise to you. All right, let's bring in some wisdom. Wisdom through the sound, okay? Well, look at the light. So you can't see this, but I got some chimes over here. Ready? Okay, wait. If I'm going to do this, close your eyes real quick, okay? Yes. Okay, close your eyes, just real quick. If you're driving, do not close your eyes, okay? But if you can, just close them real quick. And take a deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And just allow yourself to soften deeper into your own inner knowing. And I'm going to play some sound. And on your next inhale peace. And on your next exhale any fear, any doubt, any stagnant energy. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling every vertebrae in your spine open, softening, strengthening, allowing yourself to grow tall in your own inner wisdom, welcoming in curiosity, welcoming in your inner creativity, welcoming your sovereign self into the here and now. And as you inhale and exhale, you're becoming present, so that you can receive. Affirming in your heart, it is safe for me to receive. It is safe for me to receive. It is safe for me to receive. Taking another deep breath in through the nose. Knowing that you are magic. Breathing out, letting go any false narratives. And just coming back to your center, finding a steady breath. Maybe even bringing your hands to your heart if you haven't already. And just sit with yourself for a moment and plant a seed. What is your desire for this very moment? What do you need right now? And as you take a few deep breaths in and out, just focus on that. What is it that you need? Beautiful. And just setting that seed into the ground of your heart, watering it and setting it aside, knowing that your prayers are answered. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. That was nice. How does that feel? If anything came through, any visualizations, and you feel like sharing, please let me know in the comments. I love reading just how your creativity unravels in those opening meditations. So before we pull a card, I want to let you know, I crack myself up. But I want to let you know, like, the transmission that I got, mid-bite. So basically, the message was like, your higher self has a message for you, but in order for you to understand what it's really saying, we first need to talk about embodiment. And embodiment is when you have the courage to take your higher self wisdom, right? Your higher self, whoa, do you guys see that glow? Whoa, talking about higher self, right? It's like bringing that wisdom of divine intelligence that we all have access to, but we bring it into the physical reality, right? Our higher self is a representation of pretty much where we want to go, right? It's our infinite potential in action. It's our dreams in action. It's the best version of ourselves in action. But in order to really receive the codes of our higher self, we have to be willing to bring it into the now, right? Why do you think they say fake it until you make it? Why do you think they say that? Feel free to comment it down below. They say that because we must embody our higher self before it integrates. If we want to be a millionaire, for instance, how does a millionaire act? Is a millionaire stressing over every purchase? Is a millionaire, clenching in their body? Is a millionaire thinking big or thinking small? Does a millionaire invest in themselves? Whatever a millionaire does, we must bring that action into the now. We must embody the millionaire self right here, right now, before the tangible, physical proof exists. But if we believe that we are a millionaire, right? We truly believe it in the 5D and beyond, which that's a conversation in itself, because we are abundance. We are walking abundance. Abundance is our birthright. We are born with it. And then as a human, we go through these egoic distortions that make us believe that we're not worthy of that abundance, when really it's our birthright. We were born with it. So talking about soul remembrance, right? Why these times of us hanging out are so important is because now you're accessing codes of remembrance. My soul is speaking to your soul in the hopes that you will remember your birthright of abundance. That millionaire self that you desire to be is not over there. It's not far. It's here. It's here in the now. And whatever your goal is, right? We're using the millionaire example because it's a classic, right? But whatever that is for you, maybe you're trying to heal an illness, right? Maybe you just want to let go of your people-pleasing self. Maybe you want to heal from narcissistic tendencies, right? Maybe you just want a career with purpose. Whatever that is for you, how does that higher self version of you who has the thing that you desire act and bring that into the now? So your higher self really is this flow of wisdom that you can access your intelligence from your past life. Because this is not your first rodeo, my friend. Nope. You've done a lot, not only in this physical reality, but in your past life wisdom. You got a store bank of wisdom. Akashic records, that might ring a bell to someone. By the way, I can open Akashic records. If that's something that you want, let me know. Let me know. That's something that I offer, and I love it. And I'm actually looking at my Akashic Tarot deck right now, so we might need to pull a card from there before we end. But your higher self is a portal of acceptance, because in order to even get to that end goal, right? That end goal, we have sirens. Do you hear that? That's a confirmation. In order to get to that end goal, we must first accept all the parts of us. The wounded self allows the sovereign self to awaken, right? We talk a lot about polarity on this channel. Polarity is life on earth. Like, contrast, duality is life. Now, where it gets interesting, bringing his wisdom in, where it gets interesting, and when I say interesting, I mean super mystical, super mystical, you know what I'm saying? Where it gets interesting is accessing what I like to call the gray area, and maybe it might already be a coined concept, so don't quote me on that, but like I've always called it the gray area, which I feel like Albert Einstein calls it, the quantum physics realm, like the portal of the quantum, where everything and nothing becomes one, where like so much potential exists. And it's about our frequency that allows us to tap into whatever extreme we want to be in. Do we want to be in lack consciousness or abundance consciousness? Because both exist and both are valid, right? When we're in the lack mentality, we learn vital lessons. But like anything in life, a lesson can be a blessing. The problem is born, but so is the solution. So it's like, maybe, you gotta be in lack to understand that you don't want to be in lack. So what's the opposite of lack? Abundance. So once you understand this is not in alignment, you can access awareness in that gray area and make the choice to embody your abundant self, your higher self, and start taking action steps until they merge, until they integrate. And when you frequently choose a high vibration frequency, your desires are inevitable. And we can get caught up in 3D time, because this is the experience that we're living, right? We're these infinite souls living in a human body, right? So yes, there's 3D time. 24-hour days, months, years, right? But don't forget, your heart is the quantum meter. Your heart determines everything. Your heart and mind need to work in coherence together to create that unconditional abundance and love for yourself. And the reason why like meditation is so freaking potent, okay, is because honestly, I wish doctors would be like, I'm going to prescribe you 10 hours of meditation today so you can access your past life wisdom, bring it into the now, okay? Because in your past life, you were actually this like king, queen energy, and like you had all that abundance. So like sit in meditation for X amount, and until you receive the jewel, that's it. You just got to meditate. Like, imagine if that's what doctors did. No. Instead, they're giving you fucking pills to distort your reality and tell you that you're not good enough. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big advocate, like, if you need medication, you take it. It doesn't label you as anything. Especially in the mental health department, that's a very trigger warning, that's a touchy subject, but like, if you found a medication that helps you, beautiful. But I'm just talking about more of the tainted experience within like Western medication where there's a habit of not getting to the root cause and just subscribing something to like fill in the blanks, right? And if we keep doing that, we're just patching it, but we're not like really getting to the nitty gritties of like, why is this really showing up? Like, how can we like nip it in the bud, okay? So meditation is gonna help you align and integrate your higher self wisdom into the now, so that you can start taking those action steps of where you want to go, that dreamlike reality right here, right now. And I really encourage you not to be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Because divine timing is always shining, my dearest one. You signed up for lessons. And if time is really an illusion, then can you trust that it's all a part of the plan? Like, you need to be here in this moment to unlock these certain codes. You had to go through all of that dense energy and illusion and wear all those masks. So when you start to remember yourself, you can really appreciate who you're becoming, but also like, wow, how resilient you are. Like, wow, you're so strong. Like, seriously, you're so strong. Like, I'm really feeling that right now, that I want to like cheer you on in your resilience, because you're not giving up. You're not giving up. You might pause a little bit. You might get a little bit confused, go through a little bit of like, oh my God, I'm in the cloud of distortion for a bit, but then you get back up. You get back up quick. Your come up rate is like, baby, yeah. Like, I'm human, I know, but I'm also a soul being, and I'm learning how to balance the two. And you're not giving up on your higher self. And that, my love, takes such, my stomach just growled. So like confirmation, but that takes so much strength. And I feel like my stomach growling, like, you've had the audacity to trust your gut before the logic makes sense. And like, whoa, not many people do that, right? So please take your hands, not only do spirit fingers, but I want you to wrap it around you and give yourself a hug and say, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you for not giving up. Like, oh my God, you're so strong. You're so resilient. And abundance is here. Abundance is now. And just really love on yourself. And seriously, do that as often as you need. Hug yourself often. Okay? So let's pull a card to ground down the message. We're going to get the Akashic Records deck, and ooh. I love this deck. Look at that. So beautiful. Okay. So let's just like let everything that I just shared, that transmission, to like land. I'm going to let just some silence kind of fill the air as I do some Palo Santo on the deck. And as we're being held by silence, if you feel called to type down below anything that you're like, whoa, that really hit home for me, I would love to hear it, because also there's like power in like claiming our truth, claiming our remembrance, and sharing it with people who actually have your back. Whatever happens on the outside world, the noise out there, like, again, polarity. It's not good nor bad. It's just data. But here, we bring all of that and we see it with unconditional love and compassion, because we know that it's fuel for our freedom, right? That sound is so activating. I'm getting this visual of like, imagine right now that sound, like, we're burning away all of the distortion. And because you're invincible, you can't be burned. Like, this is not hurting you. When you hear that sound, there's no pain, right? Like, you turn pain into power, baby. So, like, you're just seeing all of that distortion become ashes because you are a phoenix rising. 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 You are a phoenix rising from the ashes. You are a phoenix rising from the ashes. You're a phoenix rising from the ashes. You're a phoenix rising from the ashes. You're a phoenix rising from the ashes. I don't like pulling cards that fall on the ground, and I just want one, so we're gonna shuffle again. Okay, we got our one card. The Oracle of Delphi. I'm so curious, what do you see in this card? What's standing out to you? And we got the number 1, which I think is so symbolic because you're remembering that you are the one and only. And the one equals plenty. Never underestimate the power of the one. And do you see how this beautiful woman, but again, no matter if you're a man or a woman or anything in between, this is just like the hero. Like, let's just say that's like the main character energy. And it's sitting on this beautiful pedestal, right? Like remembering his power. And the higher self is like the wisdom, right? In the shadows. We always have access to the higher self. But it's like, are we willing to remember? Are we willing to command remembrance? The mighty scroll, right? The intelligence that is literally pulsing in our 56 trillion cells. So let's see. Oh my gosh, wait. And there's fire. And we just had that moment of like fire wisdom. Oh my goodness, so gorgeous. Okay, let's read what this card has to say for you. Always use your discernment, okay? So take what you need and leave behind what you don't. The priestess of Delphi sits upon a high 3-legged seat. Stem gently rises from a small fixture in the ground. Nearby, a robed priest prepares to write upon an open scroll, while the Delphi psychically receives the perceptions from Apollo. It is the priest who interprets her pronouncements. In this, we see the 2 important keys in psychic experience: perception and interpretation. When you receive this card, you're in a time of great sight and psychic power. So exciting. Even if you don't recognize it yet, it lies very close to your consciousness because you have used this gifts in many past lives. So spot on. We've literally been talking about this. You may get images or feelings without knowing how to interpret them. Take notes as you practice both your psychic perceptions and their interpretations. Just as they gave the Oracle of Delphi a profound awareness, your psychic perceptions and their integrations give you a powerful insight and an Akashic vision of the world. So here they give you like a little bit of a visualization exercise. So if you can, close your eyes as I read it to you. Close your eyes and go within. Feel your psychic energy growing, expanding upward from the very depths of your becoming. Now notice the first thing that you sense. Now notice the first thing that you sense. Now notice the first thing that you sense. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Just remembering that. Opening your eyes. Wow, that was great. All right, my dearest one. That is the message for today. I love you so, so much. I hope this just like cocoon of inspiration really held you in your truth. And I'm your biggest cosmic fan, your mystical sister. I'm here to cheer you on throughout your journey, and I'm so proud of you. I'm going to ring the bell, and then I'm going to share a fun way that we can work together on a deeper level. So if you want to hear that, you can. And if you're like, I'm good, you can click off, and I'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's reading. All right? So I've created these greeting cards because a little fun fact about me is I spent 10 years as a graphic designer. That's actually what I studied in college. And I focused on branding. I loved it, I really did. But I always felt like there's something more. And I've always been a mystic, right? Like super empathic, into all the holistic, mystical things. And at some point I was just feeling really burnt out, that I was like, okay, like I need to go deeper. And I got my meditation teacher training, my hypnosis training, my Reiki masters, all the things, right? And it's been such a journey of remembering who I am as well as a conduit here, as a soul sister, right? And I created these incredible greeting cards, okay? And I'm really feeling this is the one that's really pulling out for today's reading, the owl energy, because we're talking a lot about like having the courage to just like zoom out, right? So they're just blank cards. But recently I was sitting in meditation. I was like, okay, Spirit, like how can I really help the collective in a fun, easy, let's not overthink it way. And I got this idea to channel a message from your higher self. And the whole beauty is that you receive one of these greeting cards, okay? But you don't get to choose the art. I know that can be kind of bittersweet because you might be like, oh my God, I want that one, right? But the whole point of it is it's a mystery, right? The art is going to go hand in hand with the message. So it's kind of one of those surprises. And I say take it with a grain of salt. So far, there's really good feedback. If you're feeling like you're stuck, or you just want to be held in a sacred mirror that's not your own self, because like I know you are freaking infinite, right? You are the teacher equally to the student, but you're the freaking Oracle of Delphi, man. You've got all the wisdom within you. But sometimes it's like we're so much in the mind when we're going through these spiritual awakenings that it's nice to have someone to hold you and just show you a mirror of the truth that you already know. So if you're feeling the pull to this, I'm going to put the description down below. It's worldwide, so this is a great way for us to connect. If let's say you're living in Europe, right? All I need is a valid address and I'll ship it to you. It comes in a fun envelope, and the whole beauty is also I don't write in the greeting card. I write in a piece of paper, so you can keep the greeting card as art. A lot of people have told me they've framed it in like a nice frame, or they put it on their fridge, or they literally pass it on to a loved one. You can do whatever you want with this, right? So you get this greeting card as an art piece activation, and the letter is written on a separate piece of paper that you can come back to over and over as a sacred reminder as you evolve and become and integrate, okay? I appreciate you so much. If you haven't already, like this video, share your heart down below. Consider subscribing because we are growing as a light hunter tribe, okay? I love you. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye.